Assalamualaikum, my name is Aina Syazwani binti Mazlan and my matric number is 05308T8. In this video, we are going to explain about Town and Country Planning Act 1976. Introduction. Town and Country Planning Act 1976 at 172 gets the pleasure of the King on March 16, 1976 and enacted on March 25, 1976. However, pursuant to Section 1, Clause 2 of the Act, this Act shall come into operation in the state on the date appointed by the state authority concerned with the concurrence of the Minister of Housing and Local Government. Therefore, the 11th state, which is all states in Peninsular Malaysia except Kuala Lumpur, must decide when Act 172 wholly or partly is enforced in their respective territories. The states of Sabah, Sarawak and the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur enforce their own sets of legislation. Originally, Act 172 contains 9 parts with 59 sections and was amended 4 times between the years of 1993 to 2007, which is in 1993, 1995, 2001 and 2007. Objective. Town and Country Planning Act 1976 was enacted in pursuance to Clause 4 of Article 76 of the Federal Constitution, that is, for the proper control and regulation of town and country planning in Peninsular Malaysia, for the purpose of ensuring uniformity of law and policy, to confer executive authority on the Federation over certain matters in relation to the control and regulation of town and country planning. Jurisdiction. The Act aims to control and regulate town and country planning in Peninsular Malaysia at various levels of administration. It also provides for the establishment of a National Physical Planning Council and of a State Planning Committee which shall promote, regulate, control and advise on the use and development of all lands in the state. The Council may from time to time establish a Regional Planning Committee. The State Director shall make a development plan based on the review of existing developments in the state. A grant of permission for the development of land shall be required as specified in the text. Local planning authorities may also make tree preservation orders for prohibiting the felling of trees and securing the planting of trees or the replacement of trees by replanting. The Act also provides for the establishment of an appeal board, purchase notice and acquisition of land, powers of local planning authority to declare an area to be development area and other ancillary provision.
My name is Nurul Ain binti Ali. My matric number is 053928. As regards the penalties, Section 26, Clause 1, a person who commits an offence under this section shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 500,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years or to both. Section 27, 28 and 29, a person who commits an offence under subsection 6 or subsection 9 of these sections shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 100,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both. Section 30, Clause 8, a person who commits an offence under this section shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 100,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both. In the case of a continuing offence under Section 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30, a person shall be liable to a further fine which may extend to 5,000 ringgit for each day during which the offence continues after the first conviction for the offence. Section 35A Clause 4 and Section 35E Clause 5, a person who commits an offence under this section shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 100,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both. Section 35H Clause 3, a person who commits an offence under this section shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 10,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 months or to both. And lastly, Section 52, a person who commits an offence under this section shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 1,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both. In regards to list of amendments, Town and Country Planning Act 1976 was amended in 1993. This Act was amended by inserting provisions relating to sewerage activities and consistent with the Sewerage Services Act 1993 that was enacted in the same year. In 1995, Town and Country Planning Act 1976 was amended to address the weakness that neglects the importance of environmental conservation with regards to tree preservation order. The entire provisions relating to tree preservation order are included in Part 5A beginning from Section 35A to 35H of Act 172. In 2001, the Town and Country Planning Act 1976 was amended once again. It was made to address problems arising in the property sector and to enable federal government to play its role pertaining to town and country planning issues in line with the spirit of shared responsibility as provided in the federal constitution. The Act contains two new parts, which is Part 2A, Regional Planning Committee, and Part 2B, National Physical Plan. This amendment also introduced some new approaches, particularly in the development plan system and planning control as in the Act 172. Town and Country Planning Act 1976 was amended in 2007. This Act was amended by inserting provisions relating to controlled solid waste and public cleansing. Subsection 22 Clause 2 of Act 172 was amended to enable the local planning authority to take into consideration the provisions of the Solid Waste and Public Cleansing Management Act 2007 in dealing with an application for planning permission. This Act was gazetted on 30 August 2007.